If your financial advisor put you into a platform super product, a wrap or investment menu, you need to hear this. APRA, the regulator that oversees your super, dug into these platform options and found something ugly. Only 44% of member accounts in platform options actually beat their benchmark. The other 56% quietly falling behind, and most of those people have no idea. This affects tens of thousands of Australians sitting in advisor-recommended platforms, and the combined cost runs into the hundreds of millions in lost returns and excess fees. Today, I'll show you 3 moves to fix it. First, check your option against APRA's underperformance list. Second, compare your admin fees. And third, move to a better, lower fee product. Each one is free and takes under 20 minutes. Here's the number that should make you sit up. According to APRA's Platform Insights paper based on the 2023 performance test, 56% of member accounts in platform options were underperforming their benchmark. 29% of them rated significantly poor, meaning at least half a percentage point below benchmark every year. But here's the part nobody tells you. Half a percentage point sounds tiny. Yet on $100,000 over 30 years, it's roughly $60,000 gone. So, 3 moves. Check your option on APRA's list. Compare your admin fees, then move to a better, lower fee product. Let's go. First problem, the mechanism. Platform super options fail at a structurally higher rate than everything else. In APRA's 2023 performance test, 76 of 305 platform products failed the threshold, about a 25% failure rate. Compare that to non-platform products, where only 20 of 500 failed, roughly 4%. So a platform product is over 6 times more likely to fail than a non-platform one. That's not bad luck. That's the structure. And the impact shows up in your returns. APRA found that in my super products, 80% of member accounts were in options that beat their benchmark, and even the rest only trailed by up to half a percentage point. In platform land, it's the opposite. Most accounts are behind. APRA's choice sector analysis found 15% of choice options underperformed a risk-adjusted benchmark by more than 3/4 of a percentage point a year, versus just 7% of my super options. The default options are simply doing better. Second problem, and this one compounds on top. Platform products carry the highest administration fees in super. According to APRA's 2023 performance test, platform products charged admin fees and costs of 0.54% of assets, compared with 0.27% for non-platform products and 0.26% for MySuper. That's roughly double, and APRA found about 53,000 member accounts holding $1.1 billion, paying admin fees more than half a percentage point above the benchmark level. So what does that fee gap cost you? Take a $150,000 balance. At APRA's benchmark fee of 0.27%, that's $405 a year. At the typical platform fee of 0.54%, it's $810. That's $405 more every single year, and it climbs as your balance grows. Over 30 years, that one fee gap alone strips about $83,000 from your final balance, according to APRA's 2023 fee data. Now the myth that keeps people stuck. People think my advisor uses a platform and higher fees must mean better management. The fact? APRA's data shows platform products have both the worst test results and the highest fees. 76 of 305 platform products failed in 2023, while only one MySuper product failed at half the admin cost. Premium fees are buying you worse, not better. Put the two costs side by side. On the underperformance side, a half-point shortfall on $100,000 over 30 years is about $187,000. That's applying APRA's threshold to standard compounding. On the fee side, that fee gap on $150,000 is about another $83,000. Together, underperformance and fee drag can easily cost a platform member $250,000 across a working life. Let me make this real. Meet Melissa. She's 42, a marketing manager earning $110,000 a year. She's got $180,000 in super, sitting in a platform trustee-directed product her advisor recommended, and she's 25 years from retiring at 67. She thought she was being responsible by using an advisor. Here's what she found when she actually looked. Discovery 1. Melissa runs her option through APRA's product performance tools, and it comes back flagged significantly poor, underperforming the benchmark by at least half a percentage point a year. She compares it to My Super, where 80% of accounts beat benchmark, and realises she's sitting in the tail of underperformers. If her option earns 6% net versus a 7% benchmark, her $180,000 grows to about $774,000 instead of $978,000 over 25 years, a gap of roughly $204,000 on APRA's modelling assumptions. Discovery 2. Different layer, different source. Melissa checks her statement and finds total admin fees and costs around 0.54% of assets, exactly the platform level APRA flagged in 2023. APRA's same data shows 0.27% for non-platform products and 0.26% for My Super. On her $180,000 balance, that's about $972 a year in admin fees versus roughly $480 in a comparable option, an immediate saving of around $500 a year. Discovery 3, and this is the one that stings. A Super Consumers Australia report from 2025 found that a retiree starting with $250,000 in the worst retirement options could earn $57,000 to $205,000 less over retirement than a peer-level option, and 91% of accumulation options that failed APRA's test since 2023 were also offered in their retirement phase. So if Melissa rolls into the same provider's poor retirement option at 67, the underperformance follows her right through retirement. Add it all up. Across accumulation alone, from 42 to 67, the combined underperformance and fee drag cost Melissa about $224,000. That's $224,000 off her balance based on APRA's thresholds and standard compounding. And that's before the retirement phase potentially adds another $100,000 for one person, from options she didn't choose to question. So could this be you? 3 signs. 1, you're in a wrap or platform product your advisor recommended. 2, you don't actually know your admin fee as a percentage of your assets. And 3, you've never once checked your option against APRA's performance list. If any of those ring true, these next 3 moves are for you. 3 moves. Let's do them. And remember, this is general information, not personal advice. Move 1. Check if your option is on APRA's underperformance radar. Grab your product and option name straight off your latest super statement. Then open APRA's Superannuation product performance page, choose the trustee-directed products category for the relevant year, and search for your option. You're looking for one thing, whether it shows up on the significantly underperforming list or trails its benchmark by half a percentage point or more. 3 steps. Find your product and option name on your statement. Open APRA's product performance page and select trustee-directed products. Search your option and check the flag, what good looks like. Your option is not on the list, and it's within half a percentage point of its benchmark. Move 2. Compare your admin fees against the benchmarks. Pull up your annual statement and find your total admin fees and costs shown as a percentage of assets. Then line it up against APRA's numbers, 0.26% for My Super, 0.27% for non-platform, and 0.54% typical for a platform. Multiply the gap by your balance, and you'll see exactly how many dollars a year you're overpaying. 3 steps. Note your admin fees and costs as a percentage of assets. Compare them to the 0.26% to 0.27% benchmark. Then multiply the percentage gap by your balance for the annual dollar cost. What good looks like. Admin fees around 0.26% to 0.27% or lower. Move 3. Move to a better, lower fee option. Log into MyGov and open the ATO's Your Super comparison tool. It lists My Super products with their fees and long-term performance against APRA's benchmarks. Shortlist a couple with low admin fees around 0.26% and strong performance. Then either switch internally into your fund's own My Super option or lodge a rollover to a better fund. 3 steps. Open your super through MyGov and shortlist low-fee My Super products. Check whether your current fund offers a My Super or non-platform option. Then switch internally or lodge a rollover. What good looks like. A product that passes APRA's test and charges admin fees around 0.26 to 0.27%. Why now? Because the regulators have built the case for you. In 2021, APRA introduced the Your Future, Your Super Performance test for My Super default products. In 2023, that test extended to trustee-directed products, and that's when 76 of 305 platform products failed, exposing the problem publicly. And in 2025, after the Shield and First Guardian collapses, APRA and ASIC sent platforms a blunt letter. You can't outsource accountability. The data is public and the pressure is on, but no one moves your money for you. After you act, confirm 3 things. You should see your new option is not on APRA's significantly poor list. Confirm your new admin fee reads around 0.26 to 0.27% of assets. And if you rolled over, your old account balance should now show 0. If all 3 check out, you've done it. Everything here comes from APRA's performance test data, its platform TDP Insights, and Super Consumers Australia's retirement research. All the links are below. So you've learned how to spot a poor platform option, compare its fees, and move to something better. Next week, My Super versus Choice. Which one actually keeps more of your money? If this saved you even a few $1,000s, do one thing: subscribe. It's how we keep reading the fine print so you don't have to.